Now, so many people in Nigeria are yet to understand that there is difference between a symptom and a problem. There is difference between a symptom and the main sickness. Headache, if you are having, for example, HIV, it may start through headache, but that headache is just a symptom. So when you start treating the headache, the HIV is not going to go. So if you have different type of sickness, it is important you go for tests, right? You go for tests to examine the main problem we have. So in Nigeria, we are facing similar situation in the sense that a lot of people now believe that the problem in Nigeria is all about leadership. Leadership is not the major problem in Nigeria. I believe that our leaders are not that good. I believe that they are just like a manager to person who owns Nigeria. They are just like a manager to the people who owns Nigeria, who have converted Nigeria to a business center. So when you are just focusing on leaders that Tinubu is the problem, you remember we were saying Buhari was the problem. During Goodluck Jonathan, they were saying Goodluck was the problem. During Yar'Adua, they have not even understand whether Yar'Adua will perform well or not to the end before he died. During Obasanjo period, they were castigating Obasanjo that he is bad. During Abacha, they said he is bad. Every leader that has ever entered that place is always bad. So if we continue to think that the problem we have is leadership problem, well, it's just 10% correct. And 10% correct has no effect. Because during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, I know that the corruption is obvious then and so on and so forth. But Goodluck Jonathan through Jerika was determined to stop insecurity that is happening then, but they did not allow him to do that. So there is already a problem in Nigeria. And that was why I was asking this question yesterday. And I'm still asking the question today. Can someone tell me why Nigeria was amalgamated? Because everything has a purpose. Before the British, they came, they said, let us amalgamate these people together. What was the purpose? What was the purpose? So a lot of people don't still know why Nigeria was amalgamated together. Why Nigeria was named Nigeria. Why they took interest in Nigeria. Because all these people that came to Africa to colonize, they came for a purpose. They came for a purpose. So everything that we are thinking about Nigeria is unfortunate that it is not it. So let me know what you think about all these situations. That is why a lot of people supported Tinubu, like Kasari Dokubo, a lot of them, even from the north, they believe, truly, they believe Tinubu is going to deliver, that Tinubu will do to their own best. But for me, I knew that Tinubu is going to fail because he is not that too good enough, number one. Number two, the system, he can't survive in the current system. Now, everyone is now complaining. After we must have complained about Tinubu, 2027, maybe another person will still come there and enter the position. The same thing will continue to happen. So it is time for us to reflect. It is time for us to think. Is leadership truly the problem or the structure? We have a structural problem. Nigeria cannot go on. So that is the major issue. So if you have a contrary opinion, and just feel free to call me and let me know what you think about that. We have our brother in the house, Mr. Christian. Good afternoon, sir, or good evening. Thanks for joining us. What do you think about this current situation going on in Nigeria? Do you think that leadership is the problem, or the dissolution of Nigeria, or where people will come together and said, this marriage is enough. Let us reason together. Let everybody go and solve their own problem, because almost the whole tribe, the whole region in Nigeria, we have our own personal problem. Both the people they call south, east, southwest, the north, everybody have their own problem. But if they divide this nation, it will be easier for you to solve your own problem. Because now the problem is voluminous, because the problem of this side will become your problem. The problem of this side will become your problem. So you can't solve a problem. People from the south can't solve the problem in the north, because the north, that guys, the north is different. The ideology is different. The religion is different. Everything, the belief is totally different. People from the north won't understand the problem of the south, because everything the south thinks is totally different from the north. So there is a big problem. And if someone just thinks it's because of leadership, that if an angel enters a rock, that the angel will just make everything to be good overnight, I think the person don't know what he or she is, thinking about, or the concept. Maybe is just reasoning that Nigeria is like other normal country like Ghana, Cameroon, where they can remove a leader and put a leader, things will start going well. But Nigeria, I have a contrary opinion. Mr. Christian, you have the floor. What is your opinion
Yes,
about this?
yes, Mr. Okocha, good evening or good afternoon. Yeah, so obviously the thing is that truth they say is bitter. So Nigeria, I've always said that Nigeria, the creation of Nigeria is singularly aside the slavery and the colonization and the subsequent neo-colonization that followed, the creation of Nigeria was the greatest evil done to the black race. And if I have all the time in the world, and I will explain in full details why I use the word black race.
All
Because
right, go on.
yeah, because the British, they know us more than we even know ourselves. So it was not by accident. They created it to make sure that the black race never rise. Never. No, there's no anywhere in the world, be it Europe, be it South America, be it Africa, where you have one single black nation that is doing well. Not even one. Because they said it. They openly said it that they don't want another Japan in Africa. They said it. It's not my word. Right. So they created it and they handed it over to the Fulanese to run it on their behalf. These are facts. And anybody who doesn't know that they are the one running the country, I feel sorry for that person. So the country is not one, never will be one, and can never ever be one. So what is happening is that because there are people who are benefiting, the likes of the Tinubu, the politicians, because they are benefiting, they will not want to do the right thing. Remember that Tinubu himself said that he doesn't believe in one Nigeria because he knows that one Nigeria is a falsehood. He knows. Tinubu knows that
Exactly.
one Nigeria is a falsehood. But for him, it's all about making money. So that is why he's pretending now, commanding the military to crush any agitator, to do this, to do that. But you see, there sometimes I can never stop wondering how did God create black people? I will keep wondering, because these are very disingenuous people. These are able people without missing word. So, but the current situation, the current problem at hand is that these Fulanis that runs Nigeria on behalf of the British, they've seen the need to take over the entire country, Islamize it, Fulanize it, and turn it into a Sharia caliphate. And that is seriously ongoing now. But they are very methodological. They are very persistent. They are very, yeah,
Okay.
they are relentless, to put it mildly. Very, very relentless. It don't matter how long it takes, whatever it takes, that is their goal. So obviously, it's complicated because as we speak now, I've just had some Yoruba people talking about the introduction of the Sharia law in Oyo State now. So, but the guy said, typical Yoruba, when he said what he said, just like when they introduced Sharia in the 12 northern state, Obasanjo said, I'll leave them, that they will too work, that there's no point trying to stop them. Because he was president, he could have used Nigerian might, military might to stop it. Tell them that, look, Nigeria is a secular state, yeah? And the law of Nigeria clearly states that there shall be no state religion. You understand? Hello? Hello?
All
Okocha,
right.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't really know what happened, but I can hear you now.
Yeah. So I was saying that Obasanjo,
maybe it's network.
yeah, I was saying that Obasanjo was instrumental, primarily the problem, because in that 1999 when they came with the Sharia, Obasanjo, just like this Yoruba guy told me today, Obasanjo said, leave them the Sharia in 12 states that they won't that they won't be able to blah blah blah. But fast forward today, look at the destruction that has brought Nigeria. So the same Yoruba guy I was talking to today, he told me that if they bring Sharia law in Oyo State, that he doesn't care, that he's a Christian, he's not a Muslim, that those who are Muslim can go and participate in Sharia court. That him as a Christian will not participate. He forgot to know that these things are very methodical. They are very. It's a slow process. They chip in. They keep chipping in. They keep chipping in. They keep pushing the boundary. So it's like if you give them 1 mile, they take 2 and they take 3. So at time we come, as the Yoruba guy was saying, the time we come in that Oyo state, you will no longer have the right because they can easily frame you. They can even say that you said something against Mohammed.
Sorry to chip in this thing. Yeah, sorry to chip in this. What happened in Ilori, Kwara State?
Okay.
Kwara State is typical Yoruba land. What happened?
Okay. But it's gone now. Okay. So, you know why I say that? Because I believe that Yorubas, I don't know if I will use the word, but the Fulanis have conquered the Yorubas already. So I can assure you that. But because it's not yet very open and very visible, but one way or the other, they've penetrated so badly. And afterwards, their target, it could take 20 years, like Kule was saying. Kule Olaomi, it could take 50 years, whatever it takes. But they will keep teaching their children, their succession, their generation to come. They will keep keeping them abreast on how to pursue, how to continue. Therefore, the 50 years, whatever it takes, they continue on that trajectory. So for them, Yoruba eventually, then we concentrate on the Southeast, which has always been their number one stumbling block. And the one area they've succeeded, in Southeast is to have the all the apparatus of government, like INEC, like judiciary, like Fed, all the apparatus, they're in charge of it. Meaning that before you become a governor in Southeast or a senator or whatever, you have to adhere. You have to adhere to the Fulani agenda. Otherwise, you can win an election and they will rig you out, or Supreme Court will take you out until they put in somebody who will continue with the agenda. But I also can guarantee you that Allah will not go down without a fight. That you can be rest assured. But not that they will give up, not that the Fulanis will give in or give out, they will keep pushing because this is whom they are. That is how they've succeeded in the areas they've succeeded. So, but like I said, it's unfortunate because all these soludos you see, it's unfortunate. When you say these things, most people are so naive, they don't understand it. All these soludos you see, they are all part of it. They've all been one way or the other, either through oath or through whatever commitment it is, that they will allow the Fulani agenda to stand. So some say that if you marry Igbo, a Fulani person, maybe marry Fulani, they will pay for the marriage. So even Joe Ibokwe, who is in Lagos, he said it. They are all in it. This is not just, this is a global phenomenon going on. Nigeria has been marked up.
Let me ask you some questions, sir, so that you will join the question with your explanation. Now, I know that you are not a constitutional lawyer, but the Sharia, court or Sharia law, according to the available constitution we have in this contraption Nigeria. So it states that it will be limited to the 12 northern states. The question I'm asking now, they're about to inaugurate another one in Oyo State. Is Oyo State part of the 12 northern states?
Exactly. Well, that's to tell you now. Well, it's like you've answered the question more or less. That's to tell you that the 12th northern state was a beginning, was a stepping stone, and over the years, over how many decades now, they've been able to consolidate, the positions in the country. They've been able to take hold of it all. Now they are using all the apparatus to push the agenda forward. And the people in the country seem like people who have either been bewitched or be so beaten, so badly beaten that fear has become so, the media, they can't even speak, they can't say, everybody is scared, because they run everything in the country. This I call it Fulani hijacked. I call it Fulani hijacked Nigerian system. We must speak the truth. That's a fact. And it doesn't matter what happened. They cannot stop us from speaking. We must speak the truth because we know it to be truth. So the thing is that as we speak now, in a normal situation, the question, there should be anger and question being raised that why is it that this thing is being introduced in Southwest in Oyo. It's Oyo, but nobody, you can see the media houses, the mainstream media, none of them is going there. They're not talking about it. Even when they try to introduce it in National Assembly, they just try to sweep it under the carpet, you know. And so if you listen to the video of Kunle, now Kunle, you know, like I always say, there will always be people from time to time that God will position and give wisdom to speak the truth. So the thing is, sometimes I have to say this, that you see the Igbos, there's this general hatred against the Igbo by some late regional, maybe some smaller groups in the country. Why? Because they feel like the Igbos are pushing so hard to leave them out of this mess, out of this entanglement, this shackle, this evil entity that is not going anywhere but only heading towards one direction, that is Islamization. There's no two ways about it. And this thing, they've been on it for decade and decade and decade. They've applied poverty. You see, the level of poverty in Nigeria is like never seen before, and it's not by accident. It was deliberately orchestrated. Because when a man is hungry, you can manipulate him. You give him 10,000 naira, he gets your vote. You know, so these things were well planned, well orchestrated. They are using the hunger, the starvation, the poverty, and then they are using terrorism too, which they are the ones sponsoring and protecting them. And you look at Nigeria, you begin to wonder. Kemi, the young lady in London, she said what she said, but people try to downplay it, they try to call her names, but for some reason she spoke the truth. That Shetima, heaven and earth knows that he is one of the founders of Boko Haram. But Nigerians are pretending as if they don't know, but it's truth. And he is now running the show as the vice president, meaning that he is giving protection to the terrorists. One time when they were sworn in, they asked him, a journalist asked Shetima about this terrorist. Shetima said that it doesn't require the force of arm to deal with them, that they have to dialogue with them. Can you imagine that? That kinetic action. He was talking about kinetic. That's Shetima. So he's protecting them. He tried to deny something, but we have various videos of Shetima, you know, dining and meeting with all these terrorist groups in the north. There are lots of videos of it. He tried to deny. But so my brother, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for the people because Nnamdi Kanu, long time ago, he saw these things. He said it, and that is primarily one of the agros, one of the anger they have towards Nnamdi Kanu also, like this Fulani. Because he really exposed their plan, right? He exposed it completely. And on the part of the Igbo politicians, I was telling a guy in a program today, I said, all the Igbo politicians, the governor, the senator, I said, they are all in it. Don't trust any of them. They come out and tell you, Nnamdi Kanu will be free, Nnamdi Kanu will be this. It's all bunker. They are lying to you. They want, you know why their mindset, because I speak it, I say it like it is. They want to they want to break his spirit. They want to keep in there whatever it takes until he denounces Biafra. But they don't know that they play with the wrong guy. Every Igbo man is not the same. There are some Igbo man by now who would have accepted billions and billions or appointments or offer, whatever it is. But him and Simon Ekpa, these are two different animals. You can't buy them. If God permits you to kill them, so be it. But they will never give in. So, my brother, it is a serious situation. I can guarantee you that Nigeria is heading to only one direction. That is a total takeover of the Marudin Fulanis from Futajelon. That is what it's all about. It could take time, it could take years, but that is what they are working towards, and they will use every means available to them to continue on this agenda. They are all in it. All of them. From A to Z, they believe that God has given them Nigeria. They have to take it over. Because if they wanted to practice Sharia, if that was their problem, they can easily. Do you know that? Okocha, do you know that if these Northerners, if they said today that they are leaving Nigeria, they will leave. Nobody will stop them. You know that.
They will help them. Even the Odudu and Biafra will even help them to leave fast, so that everybody can go.
But my point, the point I'm trying to portray is that, but if Biafra said they are leaving, they wage war. If Oduduwa say they're living, they wage war. Because in Nigeria, anything the Fulani wants, they get. You saw this thing Tinubu is talking about, tax bill, blah, blah, blah. They've shut him down. They shut it down. They told he's not going to see the light of day. So Tinubu will continue on this hide and seek. We know these people. We studied them like book. Tinubu will continue until first time finish. Before you know, if Nigeria continues to exist, The second time he finish, he wash his hand off, he walk away. Someone else come, they continue. When any Fulani says in Nigeria stands. So that is the situation, my brother. I'm with you.